So I actually think haste is the best ability in the game, and I was told this a few years ago by someone, and I didn't actually believe them until I playtested haste tribal decks a few times over the last few years. But they honestly are haste creatures. They just defy the game's rules. People can't prepare for them. Sorcery speed, wipes, and removal aren't just very good, and it's just so unpredictable and hard to deal with. When your deck like this is filled to the brim with absolutely insanely powerful haste creatures, take Tyranic Rex for example, yeah, your opponent's going to have a hard time dealing with it. So give this deck a shot, and I hope you enjoy today's video deck tech at the end of the video. It's always sad when you have to mulligan a Ragavan. No red source is annoying, but... And this one is not a great hand, but I don't want to mulligan again. We have the kill spell for the Harbin as well. Soul Warden. Land on top, please. Tap lands. That's too slow. I have to get rid of that. So Harbin cares about soldiers. Okay. That's not a soldier, so you don't have to worry about Soul Warden just yet. They have a life gain thing going on. But seeing as we have the bolt here, I think we should just try and get rid of Harbin, because it is 3 damage every turn and we can't block. Once we get the Minsk and Boo out, they can start dominating a bit, and then the Goldspan Dragon should snowball from there. They do have blue and white mana open though. So let's just test the waters here with a Hajar. Don't mind him getting countered if it means we can resolve Samut later. Sure thing. So they do go and play the Hajar again. We have yet another kill spell for it with the Braid. I love how they wanted to counterspell anything in that turn. They didn't actually care what it was. Other soldiers get +1/+1. Okay, so annoyingly we can't actually kill that. So I'm just going to save the Braid for later on, unless... No, okay. Rhythm. Missing a land drop there really, really hurts. Especially given that we've got the Itali in our hand. Stuck for another turn here. But the Goldspan Dragon should make light work of them if we get to get him out. Cage is welcome. Sure, swing him for 3. They've got balls. They don't really care about our stuff coming over the top. Okay, so land. Does that mean they have another counterspell then? Maybe. But our creatures can't be countered, so... Maybe they've got some other way of responding. Nice. Halfling. Let's go for that. Okay, this is looking pretty good. So I've got 4, 5, 6. If we get ourselves a land, we can go for the Itali in the next turn. Assuming that all of our assets remain alive. Harbin comes down. We draw a card and gain a life. Not too bad. But we do have the Braid for the Harbin as well. So let's go for the Goldspan. Remember, everything of ours has haste. Pretty much. Swing in. So now we also have the Braid mana. Get to draw a card. Storm's Wrath. That would literally take out all of their field. And leave us with the Goldspan Dragon. So maybe we don't use the Braid. Ethereal Escort. Interesting. Again, we can kill that with the Storm's Wrath. I mean, it might be worth it. You know? We'll see what happens here. The artwork on that is absolutely amazing. Enters or attacks. I mean, the fact they're spamming the whole field here. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to Storm's Wrath and maybe just win the game from there. 4, 3. Okay. See, we'll save that treasure for later. Sure thing. The One Ring as well. So we might as well use the mana here. takes out their entire army. Feels a bit bad doing that, but now we've got to do that to gain advantage here. And we've got loads of mana up, so I think we're just going to go for the Minsk and Boo. And then we'll put some counters on the hamster. Looking decent here. Until they, of course, use Farewell or something, but Weak Stone's Subjugation gives us another treasure that this doesn't untap. Okay, that should be fine. Because we've got the 4 hamster here that can come in and potentially just gain a lot of card advantage as well. Wedding announcement. So they're not out just yet. We'll save that red mana for the Italia, I think. Four, 5, 6. Damn it. Still need lands. I think we're just going to minus here because we want to draw some cards, really. We could have done it for the dragon, but we wouldn't have drawn. 3, 4. There we go. Oops, should have played that, shouldn't I? Ah, oh, damn, if I'd played that, I could have done the thing. Oh, it's fine. We've still got it. We've still got it. Okay, this feels absolutely evil, but there we go. Just go for the Signet. Mana value X or less. Well, that's mana value 1, so there's nothing we can do with that, sadly. Okay, looking good. Harbin comes down, they draw another card. And Adeline. Ooh, okay, it's not over. It's not over just yet. So let's put some more counters on. Tell you what, if we put it on the Itali.
Magic? We have
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not even that scary over there, is it? We just go for the 1 ring and we don't even die, do we? Unless, what if we go for the Tyrannosaurus Rex, though? Yeah, let's just be super aggressive here. I mean, that's 20 just there, right? They can just chump it as well. They don't even have to block it. That's the annoying part. Down to 2. Can they kill us in their turn? 1. So there's no soldiers. Weird. This is a soldier deck, but no soldiers. Oh, that is kind of annoyingly scary. She doesn't have trample, though, so she can't actually just take us out that easily. Wow, and they're just attacking anyway. They don't care about blocks. I've got 2 life and they don't care about blocks. Versus the 20 trample. Interesting. I feel like it was attack me or bust here, wasn't it, really? Well, they're definitely dead then. Surely it would have been better to attack me. That would have been 13, 14, 15, 16. That would have been 1 off. If I didn't have a blocker, of course. And now they just lose to trample. Unless they've got something else here. Okay. Well, I'll be curious to see what they can actually do. They've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, the Abrade takes off 2 toughness. Just in case. They're going to give it indestructible. Interesting. Well, let's just give ourselves some protection just in case something goes horribly wrong. And we're going to have to swing with both anyway, because it forces them to block. They're still dead, though. Because they've only got 5, 6, 7, 9 toughness. So Yeah, that was an interesting game there. Alright, this is a pretty damn good starting hand with the Bard class in it. Makes all of our legends cost red, green less. And we're facing Emoti, which is weirdly very, very common lately. I don't know why. It's funny because I was talking to some friends about how every game I used to play seems to be Hell Q, but they said maybe it's not the game, maybe I'm just Hell Q, and I had to laugh. It's kind of funny. But yeah, maybe because my win rate is decent. I keep facing powerful opponents. So when I talk to people, I don't really feel like they have the same experience as myself, but who knows. So this is going to be excellent because we can go for Samut and swing in and draw a card here. That's freaking awesome, Bard class. The fact that Rada only costs one generic is kind of crazy. Solemn Simulacrum does give them an annoying blocker. We can get rid of it with the Broken Bond if we need to. Okay, so we missed a land drop. So let's go for Rada here. Hopefully get something off the top. So we hit a land. That's good. So it means we're not going to be missing any land drops this turn. And next turn we got Into the North as well. So they're going to block with the Solemn. Which means they draw a card. And then I think we can go Arcane Signet and Elvish Mystic. And then next turn we've got Goldspan Dragon, and I think they're going to be in trouble unless they have a way to deal with our creatures en masse. So we are hitting pretty much critical mass here. Emoti's okay. Okay, even better now they've got Ramp. I feel like Emoti's kind of like a turn your brain off deck, because you just basically Cascade is like random, and I'm not too fond of random upside, but yeah, I mean it's good for a reason. Played this high for a reason. It's an uncommon, so most people can unlock her easily, and just I guess the whole reason is you can put whatever you want in the deck. It doesn't really matter. So should we even attack with the Elvish Mystic? I think so. No blocks. Wowzers. Down to 11. Damn, son. So if we go for Kenrith's transformation on Emoti, it means they're not going to have Cascade for the next big spell, which is going to be helpful. And we get a land drop, which is lovely as well. Okay, so it's just a 3/3 vanilla now. But they've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Portals of Phyrexia would be horrendous. One with the Multiverse. Okay, so they can cast one free spell a turn from their hand or top of the deck. Seagate Restoration. Alright. And they explode, as LVD would say. I think we'll keep this hand. Facing Sten, which is a strange card, makes cards of a certain type cost 1 less to cast. Very strange commander. White-blue doesn't normally do stuff like this, I don't think. Choose a card other than creature or land, and it's 1 less to cast. Okay. And then exile him, return him to the battlefield at the beginning of your next turn. So it's like a flicker guy. And then makes the artifacts cost 1 less. Yeah, I suppose that's good. Because they can even cost 0. There's a lot of cards that say it can't cost less than 1, for instance. But yeah, the fact that your artifacts now got 0 is pretty good. So we hit a land, which is wonderful. So we've got 4 mana, but we can only really use. Let's see if we can resolve a Samut here. It's gonna come and tap though. Oh wow. Okay, yeah. So turns out that the Authority of the Consoles basically nerfs our entire deck. Yes, that is problematic. Tome of the Infinite. So now they can get 3 spells every turn. I don't think they realise how lucky they are, although we got the Atraxas 4. Let's go for the Settle the Worlds first. See if that resolves. Nice one. So we can't actually play anything else, which is a bit of a shame, but we can still swing in here. Yeah, this is a 1 mana count as a whole deck. Oh well. Elspeth Conquers Death, so there goes the Samut, but we get to draw a card. See, now I feel like getting rid of the Tome of the Infinite, because this is giving them 3 cards every turn, but I'm not sure what to do here, really. We shall have to see. Green, let's go for Utopia Sprawl, which is just a nice way of giving a forest extra tap colours. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's go for Questing Beast. It's going to come and tapped. God damn it. Yeah, let's kill the Tome, because that's got the long-term value here. Or we'll try to, anyway. Force Spike. Jesus Christ, that is the actual... That is the actual card they got with the Tome as well. Okay. Yeah, when we don't have haste suddenly, it doesn't feel so great, does it? So they're going to get Sten back with the Elspeth Conquers Death, because there's nothing else for them to get, I suppose. Let's go for Rada. So we hit and land on top, which is nice. And then we can just swing in with the Questing Beast. So yeah, the tax on the Elspeth Conquers Death there is really, really annoying, because it stopped us playing 1, 2 cards basically. So Sten's going to come back, and they're going to name Planeswalkers now. Okay, that's scary. Planeswalker. How many Planeswalkers do you think they have in their hand? Duress. Oh man, they should not have access to Duress. We lose the 1 ring because of this Tome to the freaking Infinite. That's so annoying. Can't.
Until you have lived as a statue, do not talk to me of pigeons.
That's interesting.
Awaken.
Khan. I feel like that's like a Death and Taxes kind of build. And I think we're just going to swing like so, because rather we can threaten their Khan by pumping her up. Interesting. Let's pump up and kill the Khan then.
I am proud.
I think they actually blocked incorrectly there. It would have, if they wanted to keep Khan alive, they should have blocked the Rada. And we'll go for Robber of the Rich. Now, we're really going to regret this if they have the Wanderer. But because we don't have haste, we have to play cards 1 turn earlier. Aaron's Epiphany get an extra turn. So it's not too scary when they have nothing else out. They do have Urza though. I wonder if they have the stone yet. Traxxas Fall. We might be using that with the Chandra, possibly. We'll see. See what they do. They land. Let's cast the Chandra. Interesting.
Chandra, you need more control. Just let me burn.
And then we're going to swing in 1, 2, 3, 4 with these 2 first, because we want to bluff Rada's ability. Settle the wreckage. Ouch. That sucks. That does suck. But we get some lands. Okay. Fine, I suppose. We can turn Urza into an elk. Draw a card. And then I think this is a good time to get rid of the Tome, because it's just giving them way too much advantage for nothing. No down payment, really. I mean, it would have been nice to kill the Authority, but... Okay. Killing these birds is going to be useful because we don't want them to be able to threaten our Minsk and Boo, really. We can kill one with the Bone Crusher Giant if we want to. Don't forget he also has reach. A lot of people forget this. And the reach is nice because he can shoot down birds, I suppose. Makes sense because he's an archer. Flavorfully, this is one of the strangest cards. You always think of an archer as green. But I guess because he's a thief, he's red. But he's not red-green, so... Prison Realm. Who are they going to go for? Probably the Robber, because the Chandra can be killed in combat. We do get to draw a card. Okay. So they're not actually that scary. It's just... We don't really have a good position. So they're going to go for Chandra. And I think we should just try and kill one anyway, because they're just irritating residual creatures. They immediately looked into their hand. So we'll see what they have. They might want to counter the Samut. They just go for Sten. Yep, all of our stuff coming in tapped is pretty irritating. Who would have thought that they're actually an aggro build? And they're gaining so much life. It's hard to gain any kind of footing since they got rid of the one ring. Banishing Light. Oh my goodness. They're going to go for the Shaper's Sanctuary this time. Sure. 3, 4, 5, 6. Down to 16. Are they going to counter the Minsk and Boo? So we get ourselves a hamster. Comes and tapped. 3 counters on Samut, I guess. She's got Vigilance.
He will never rinse.
And we'll just attack with her.
Tiny.
Interesting. They keep looking at our stuff like they've got another removal spell, but who knows. Khan's Bastion. Luckily they have no Planeswalkers out just yet. Let's swing in for 1. Okay.
Do not lay a finger on
Zariel. We could legitimately just draw X cards here. Let's go to combat first. See what they do. They've got something. Hog. Right, so now I'm just not that scared. Prevent all combat damage. Okay, so -2. Sacrifice this.
you fiend.
And you know what? We're actually going to kill the bird to protect the Minsk and Boo. And somehow we draw... Oh, if it was a hamster, draw X cards. Okay, fine. We'll kill the bird. Go for Samut again. We still have 2 blockers, though. And they are just top decking.
When demons
All right.
die, they cry out, "You into the fray!"
Okay, I still think maybe that move wasn't very good, but do this. So they're going to flicker that. Okay. But they have nothing in their hand, so I think we're in a good position, even though I made a mistake there. But was it a mistake? I don't know. I got the Summit back, ultimately. We get another hamster here. Put the counters on here, even though it's tapped. And we'll just tick up the Zariel, slowly gaining a bit of
Unleash your ferocity.
advantage here. If she gets to the double combat ultimate, then that would be pretty nice. We just have to really hope they don't get another extra turn or a big draw spell. So that was literally just win by proxy. Not a very glamorous end to the game there. But yeah, next turn we could have used the -2, sacrificed the hamster, deal 4 to like the Urza, draw 4 cards. And I think from that position we would have won. Unluckily for them, they just kept drawing lands. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was a very lucky game where if they'd drawn a big X spell or a big Planeswalker, we could have been in serious trouble, given that we also had loads of lands. So as I said at the beginning, the deck is filled to the brim with haste creatures and just super powerful ways to come out the gates and blow your opponent to smithereens, Tyrannex Rex being one of them. Fiery Emancipation is just a good addition for low to the ground decks like this because you're going to have a lot of smaller creatures, so dealing triple damage is a way for literally any of your creatures to be a win con, essentially. So the nuance of the deck is the fact that you draw a card whenever a creature you control enter the battlefield this turn, deals damage. So haste for that turn, deal damage, draw a card. The only downside here is that it's not repetitive. So if the creature in your following upkeep has already been on the battlefield, you will not be able to draw a card with it if it hits. I mean, there's a few colorless ways, maybe, or a few ways to return creatures to your hand or flicker and bounce in red-green, but in Arena, that's not really a thing. So we're just going to go for high impact, loads of haste creatures. Xenagos is important because it gives any creature haste. The only issue is that Samut says if it entered the battlefield this turn. So haste enablers like Xenagos aren't actually really going to work. Sadly, Ragavan is like the only dash creature in the format. Pretty sure I did a search. So dash is you can pay a bit more to give it haste, it attacks, and on the end step goes back to your hand. So that's a nice way of getting around Summit. When more dash creatures are added to the format, this card is going to get insane. For now, she's already pretty good because she's a 3-man 2/3 first right vision's haste. That's a hell of a lot of abilities already. And then tack onto that draw card ability. It makes her a really powerful kind of Voltron commander, so you could make more swords in this deck, like Sword of Forge, a Frontier, all the other swords. We've got Sting here to give things haste as well, but remember, the ability only triggers if the creature came in. So although the deck has a lot of haste enablers like Rhythm of the Wild as well, we are just looking to smash face, so that's why the rest of the deck is just creatures with haste, essentially. Questing Beast, and now we have Rampaging Raptor, which is weirdly a non-legendary non-green version of Questing Beast. When it hits somebody, it deals that much damage to Planeswalker or battle they control, so it's pretty sweet. We've got Legion War Boss comes in, makes tokens that have haste. This is really useful because Samut doesn't care if the creature's a token or not, so that's going to be really strong. And yeah, don't forget to put Cabaretti Rebels into the deck because it's probably the best Gruul card they've ever made, apart from, of course, Italy, which is absolutely busted and broken. If you can get this out, you probably just win the game because it's the strongest ETB I think they've ever made. And no one even really uses the trample indestructible side for Infect. That's just how crazy Italy is. If you do want to see the deck list, don't forget it's in the description below. Check it out. It's a super fun deck. If you haven't got much time for Magic, this is good for you. A few quick games over and over again. And yeah, don't forget to support the channel through Patreon or Ko-fi. Details below. You can donate as little or as much as you like. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.